How's it going, everyone? This is Durified, and in today's video, we're going over Season 8 patch notes for Conqueror's Blade. Let's jump in. I don't know about you, but this graphic that they've put with the season patch notes is incredible. I've purposely hidden the face cam, hello, to show you this, because I think this might be like one of my favorite. I might actually put this as my wallpaper. There's a lot of cool things that they've released in these patch notes. I can't wait to go through it all with you. Kind of have an understanding now since playing Season 7. And I'm going to try to break it down as simple as I can so that the beginner can jump in and understand when they're starting in Season 8. So let's jump into the Season Dynasty patch notes. This was released not too long ago, and I'm going to go over some of the key points that we find here. The update itself on Steam was about 26 gigs. So if you need to download that, leave your computer on overnight, whatever you need to do to download the game. And the first thing that they're bringing up as seasonal hero is the new weapon, the Pike. Now the Pike is being placed here between the glaive and the bow on the skill tree. And from looking at this page, you can see there are roughly 5 different skills with 2 ultimates, potentially with another one here. And I'm not entirely sure how this is going to be unlocked, but it looks like there's 3 variations of ultimates that will be around. So you will go through challenges to unlock those. If you are a medium armor or heavy armor player already, you should be able to use the Pike, especially if you use the glaive and the short sword. I believe you'll be able to use the Pike with the armor that you already have. So the first skill that they've announced here is Wandering Dragon, and it looks like so far from a 3 press. So you can press it once to roll backwards, once to swirl, and once to flip the Pike around and leap backwards. There are the damage amount dealing, but you can go and read through that in your own time. The Hidden Dragon, press once to charge forward 3 meters, press twice to charge another 5 meters. And press twice to swift jab. So it looks like the combo here would be like to run away or to hit and retreat, and to then move forward and attack. So they're the 2 differences here. We've got Wandering Dragon and Hidden Dragon. Then we've got Soaring Cloud, performing a leaping attack when striking an enemy with the tip of the pike. So all of these look like they have a 3 press at the moment, all of these space skills. Pound Pike heavily downward, dealing damage. Okay, here we go. So we've got Victory skill, Cold Dragon. When used, brandish Pike and charge forward, protects against arrows aimed at front. So this might actually be good when going up against Pavis and crossbowmen and archers. You might be able to go straight through them and not. It says protect, so I don't know how much protection you get. Removes daze effects, send enemies flying, and knock back enemy heroes. So that is a good push. Then you have the Victory skill, Storm Rend. Charging up drains your stamina until you release. Interesting. So if the more stamina you have, the more you can use it. When released, charge forward and pierce enemies, rushing without stopping. More than 1 second charge up, charge forward 8 meters, dealing higher percentage damage, plus piercing damage. So this is a very stamina-based victory skill. While charging, press more than once to use final phase of other skills. Once you release and you are charging your 4, 6, or 8 meters, technically from that read, you might be able to do this, your 3rd press of any of these skills up here. So if you use your victory skill, you then would be able to do your thrice or this, your thrice and this, and this. So there's extra, by using your victory skill, there's an extra skill for each of the individual Wandering Dragon, Hidden Dragon, and Soaring Cloud. That's really interesting. I'll have to play a lot to kind of pick that up and learn how to do that. The unique mechanics of the Pike. Chaining skills. Skills can, at their various phases, be chained with other skills for a certain time. Victory power. Having used a victory skill, able to release the ultimate phase of other skills for a certain time. Hero balance changes. I believe that should have been in bold because it's for the next things down here. The musket, liquid fire, hitbox radius has been changed to 2.5 meters, up from 2 meters. So liquid fire is going to be an increased buff for the musket. Dual blades, a great thunderbolt. When casting a great thunderbolt, you now have to hold down the button while moving, with the skill being used as you release the button. Previously, you had to hold down while moving and use the left mouse to use it. Interesting. So I haven't used that skill, so I'm not entirely sure. It looks like you had to click instead of releasing the button. So now it's just going to be a release, which may have been requested. I'm not sure. That might screw up a little bit. Basic attack. Each basic attack phase has had its damage multiplier reduced by 20%. Wow. That's a big debuff for dual blades. So I don't know what the multiplier was, but it has been reduced by 1/5, which is a lot. So the basic attack phase, is that the first, is that just the left click, or is that the button, your first hit on the skill? It's really interesting. We'll have to see how Glaive goes this season. Sorry, we'll have to see how Dual Blades goes this season. The Glaive, basic attacks block break of basic attack has been increased. Oh, amazing. So we'll be able to block. I'm a Glaive player, so this is good news. I'll be able to break through blocks a little bit easier with my basic. Arc of Steel, block break of Arc of Steel has been increased and reduced cooldown from 20 seconds to 16 seconds. Oh, that is great. That I don't even know if I use Arc of Steel that much, but reducing cooldown, I can't be complaining. The Pole Axe, Weapon Dance, the hitbox has been changed to 3 meters, up from 2 meters. So Weapon Dance is a larger hitbox, so it's a good buff. The Maul, Forge of War. Forge of War's first wave, including Ground Smash, has been adjusted to 50% of base blunt damage plus 42. Well, I'm not entirely sure if that's a buff or debuff. I'll have to look and see if that was an increase or decrease. It doesn't mention here. Coming up next are the season units. So the season units, like season units before, can be unlocked with the unit challenges. It looks like there are also going to be seasonal bonuses. So it requires 15 less leadership for the units that are available and the resupply cost is reduced by 50%, which should be really good. So the first unit here is the Cudgel Monks. Now, this is a 3-star unit, and I was super excited for this when it was announced, and I'm actually really keen. So I'll probably showcase some of the video while we're going through some of this, and I'll cut in the video. The Cudgel Monks, to rid the world of evil and rescue goodness. The all-new 3-star unit Cudgel Monks becomes available with the Dynasty season. Buddhism was prevalent in the western regions of China. To the west of Haojiang is the land of Buddhism. However, it is far from peaceful despite the land resounding of Buddhist chants. So that is going to be the monks. The Grey Hair Garrison and the Madao Battalion. So let's jump into these. The Grey Hair Garrison. Reinforcements stopped yet coming. The 4-star unit Grey Hair Garrison becomes available this season. It does look really nice. So the Greyhound Garrison looks like it has got shields, swords, and pikes all in one, which is really interesting. It's a 4-star unit, so it looks like it's going to be able to block, but also attack and defend. I don't know what the skills are yet, but it's kind of got a good mix, and we'll have to see how they're used in battle. I'm a little bit. It kind of looks like an all-round unit. And then the all-new 5-star unit that is coming to this season is the Madao Battalion. And the Madao Battalion looks fierce. It's got what looks like glaives and heavy armor. It looks like it's an anti-cav, which I am not mad about. I think this will be a big rush this season because last season cav was dominant in everything. So I think I'm going to try and get this unit out as quickly as possible. This is a unit challenge, so I'm going to have to work my way up and play a decent amount. But hopefully by gold units release, I will have this unlocked, which would be amazing. So those are the 3 units that are coming with this season. So far, the Pike Weapon and the 3 units, Cudgel Monks, Grey Hair Garrison, and Madao Battalion. They are looking very strong, and I am all here for it. What are your thoughts so far on these season changes? I'm only about halfway through all of these patch notes, so we're going to continue going down. This is going to be a long video. Now, the next things we're going to go through are the unit changes through the patch notes. So for the new seasons, these are some things that to keep in mind when using your units, because things may have changed. Now, I haven't got all the units unlocked, so some of these may not be applicable to some of you as well. But for the beginners out there, keep this in mind when selecting the units as you're leveling and unlocking things. So they'll be changing the Iron Cap Bow Riders and Prefecture Pikemen units at the start of the season. During the season, we'll continue to change other units, including some high tier ones. Okay, so at the start of the season, the Iron Cap Bow Riders have a new skill, Rapid March, have a new Double Shot, and a new passive, Harass. Their bows reduce the enemy's piercing damage. Once stacked enough, the enemy is affected by hurt and unrest. Interesting. Prefecture Pike, which is one unit that I have got unlocked. We've improved their charge skill, tuning its speed and hitbox. Amazing news. So that might be good for early starts of season. A new passive, Close Quarters, boosted their charge and now will launch a series of attacks together following a charge. That is great news. So I'm keen for that. Prefecture Pikemen may actually be back in for a little bit. Can I ask for a favor? Make sure to slash at the like button for the algorithm. If you're liking the channel so far, make sure to subscribe. It really shows me that I'm helping provide value to the Conqueror's Blade community while I'm learning the game as well. If you're a beginner to Conqueror's Blade, let me know in the comments and let's discuss what you're learning, what things you're having issues with, and let's jump back into the Season 8 patch notes. So the seasonal map, Lingwu Fortress. Now there's a little bit of notes and stuff in here. There are some screenshots and talks about more of the lore and roughly what they expect for the map features. However, there isn't really any visuals besides some concept art, which looks amazing, by the way. So I'll put that up on screen. But if you want to have a look and read through some of the map features in a written format, feel free to jump in. It still has yet to get the map itself put together. So we'll have a look at that when it does come out. And the launch date for the Lingwu Forest is still to be announced. So we'll wait for that to come out as well. Level improvements. We have reduced the chance for the smaller, lesser Green Peak Frontier Camp and the Storehouse Siege battle maps from being chosen when matchmaking. So this is great news. I think these were some of the maps that were being selected during matchmaking in siege battles. And people have obviously put their hand up and said, we don't want these in here as much as the others because they're not as fun. So I think they've made some changes to make sure that the battle maps that they use in matchmaking are a lot better and a lot more fun to play. Level fixes and improvements. So they've resolved some issues with the tutorial level, resolved issues with some cooldowns when battling. So this looks like it's more the tutorial level. Improved some significant engines, including battering ram and siege tower in certain levels. Now the moving siege engines are bail to block and knock back heroes and units. Are able, I think it's supposed to say are able. Heroes will fall if they are riding. So does this mean like if you're standing on them while they're moving, they'll knock you down? Or if you're in front of it, you'll get pushed over? That will be interesting. I'm not sure how that's going to work. We'll see how they've done that in game. Score calculation changes. We've noticed not all contributions in the battle are being reflected in each warlord's final score. Okay, this is really interesting. This is why we're making the following changes to scoring algorithm, giving an altogether better rating for performance. Increase the maximum score that can be gained for damage taken in standard battles. Amazing. So you can be the tank and get more towards you. So like your Nadachi players that can heal, or anything that can heal, the longsword players might be able to get higher rated because they're actually taking more damage as opposed to dealing more damage. As a warlord takes more damage in battle, the rate in which their score is reduced is also decreased. So that's an interesting one. We've also changed the MVP algorithm. MVP will now be better reflect the warlord's overall performance. So I think it heavily was based on the fact of the amount of kills, the amount of deaths, the amount of contribution points to capturing certain things, and in a different order, and it was calculated that way. So now that looks like they changed some things. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to look just yet. The death info. This is actually really nice. I think they've done really well here. Being unable to see how one has died has been a thorn in the side for many a warlord for some time. So this, after dying, you may press T to view your death screen and see what killed you. This is it. You can see who and what weapon and how much damage they did to you. Battle damage, hero damage, soldier damage, fall damage. That's a good thing. I think that's great. Being able to see hero damage, my God, where have you been? Equipment crafting changes. To improve the overall game experience, we're changing attributes for crafted armors, helmets, armors, braces, and boots in the following way. Increase the chance of gaining multiple attributes when crafting. It will now be easy to craft equipment with crit rate, anti-crit rate, and leadership. Oh man. All right, so I'm kind of glad that I didn't spend all my time crafting towards the end of last season, because I might be able to use some of that stuff for this season because of these attribute changes and craft the leadership and crit stuff that I've been looking for on all of my armor. Hero material changes. In the current iteration of crafting, there are too many types of materials, and how to obtain these are too unclear and indirect. Oh, what are they doing here? this has led to an artificial increase in difficulty for crafting equipment. This sounds really hopeful. So to make the entire system easier to understand and to use, smiths have further owned their craft. With the new season, steel plates and steel bars will be merged into a single item, superior steel, amazing. Furthermore, paint and lacquer, wire and thread, and metal rings will also be merged into a single item, enameled leather. Crafting formula and salvaging gains will also be adjusted to reflect this change. Meanwhile, Apothecary will have a limited weekly supply of the following hero materials casting at the prices and quantities listed below. So we can go get powdered silver a week and pick 30 up from for them for 25 from bronze coin. This is perfect. So you can kind of get a free craft basically, because you make easily like 10,000 bronze in 1 week. You'd be able to get this easy. Over the new season, outdated materials will be converted into new materials castings as a 1-to-1. So steel plates will become metal rings, steel bars, metal rings, enameled leather, and enameled leather. Skill page changes. Rupert has been gathering and organizing the past battle experience of many warlord, and now have been able to merge all previous skill pages into one. Outdated skill pages were converted into new skill pages at a 1-to-1 ratio as the new season begins. This is incredible. I made in season 7 my review video that I was upset that I wasted a lot of my skill pages because I selected the wrong thing and then they were bound to me. So now you're actually able to have the skill pages and not worry about if you've selected the right weapon. It's a skill page, is a skill page, is a skill page. It's not a skill page for one type of weapon. That is amazing news. So I'm really keen for that. Beginner players, your life is about to get so much easier. All right, looks like we're going into the campaign information. So for this season, the campaign will be taking place in Longting, Liangyang, Miaoyang, and the Borderlands. The season's core region is Miaoyang by occupying Daishang. This is, I hope I am pronouncing some of these right. I don't apologize if I'm not. By occupying Aniliang, so this is the campaign information throughout. So from the 8th of July to the 25th of July, looks like it's running every 2 weeks is when the new campaign will open. And then looks like this will end towards September 19th. And in game, what this kind of means is you'll be attributing to territory wars, and the more you work on territory wars during these campaign weeks, you'll unlock certain rewards for yourself. Going into the strategic world map, Warpaths. Now, this is a really interesting one that I think will help a lot, especially for the new players in certain houses and alliances. These arrows will actually help you as an alliance member, as a house member, determine where everyone else is headed for a territory war. So if they're not in Discord or if they're not listening to comms, you can follow the arrow. Where are we headed? And the command team and the war council can actually get everyone to where they need to be. Because I know there's so much spamming of the FIF location into house or alliance chat, and then, or into Discord even, and then bringing it across. So this will actually help, I think, a lot with showing players where to go and organizing people. It's going to be interesting if people are streaming as well, if they see these. So I don't know if it's disabled or can be disabled. Yeah, there might be some stream sniping going on, but we'll have to see how that goes. And the return of seasonal runes. In Season 7, you're actually able to use runes, and these runes could be used in combination with certain weapons, which actually made, I think it's the poleaxe, one of the more dominant weapons this season because of certain runes that increased its ability to heal the hero unit. So that there's some things that I think will come out of the meta this time around with these new runes once they are released in full, to see which of the runes work with the best weapons and how should you socket those runes into your armor and into your weapon. So that'll be really cool to see how these kind of progress. Runes may now also be equipped onto 2 new item slots, hands and boots. So they've added the addition to use your hands and boots to equip more runes. Before in Season 7, that wasn't available. All new runes that are unlocked by ranking up your season level. That's good. Weapon rune energy was previously capped at 6, has been reduced to 5. Interesting. And armor rune energy was previously capped at 6, has been reduced to 3. I think it's because they've got the addition of the hands and boots that they've reduced that by half because I think it will kind of works out by a little bit more on the armor. So we're coming back to the Pike here and further down on the patch notes, and it talks about the Pike Hero Challenges. And it looks like they've already announced what those challenges are. So complete 6 out of the 8 for each stage. So you unlock 3 basic and 1 victory skill. Second stage unlocks the second victory skill. Third stage unlocks the weapon attire. Amazing. Fourth stage unlocks the hero attire. And the fifth stage unlocks the avatar. So that's these stages up the top here. To unlock the weapon skills and to unlock some of the attire that is available this season. The Pike Hero Trial. We added a new trial map where you may try out the Pike Hero, how to access. Amazing. So in the past, the mole, I think you had to unlock and you couldn't really try it out beforehand, though it is free to unlock now. So I don't know if that was the case when that mole first came out. What it looks like they've done for this season is the Pike is unlocked through a challenge, and you get to try it out before you continue doing all of the challenges to unlock the whole thing. So that's up to your discretion to test that out and see what you think of the Pike. So it looks like it will be automatically put into your skill section or into the hero challenge map, and you can click the try button here. So the seasonal unit challenges are here. Looks like the unit challenges for the monks are out. And they've got 4 stages for the monks. They've got 5 stages for the grey hair garrison, and they've got 5 stages for the Madame battalion. And it looks like you complete 8 for each out of 10. They're pretty, so the rewards here are pretty standard. You will unlock the trial first, then you'll unlock a unit of some sort or XP, and then you'll unlock what looks like the avatar for that. And I think, yeah, the doctrine as well. So that tends to be the same across all unit challenges. Is you'll get a trial to use that unit in battle. You'll then get rewards. You'll then unlock the unit. You'll then get a unit exclusive doctrine, which you can apply, and then you'll get the Chibi avatar. Unit challenge improvements. So this one actually makes the in-game look a lot better for the unit challenges because they had a lot of different artwork and things set up. So now it's kind of simplified it a little bit more. It looks as well as though that they've changed some things. So all season unit challenges will have their stage completion requirements unified. You now only need to complete some of the challenges of each stage, 6 out of 10, 8 out of 10. This removes the requirement of completing all challenges. That is amazing. Unit challenges for the new season will have their difficulty reduced for a limited time, and it will feature 2 completion requirements to choose from. Yet rest assured, should you be able to complete these in time, you will still be able to complete these quests. The reward for each stage will be increased in the new season, granting you more unit medals. This should make it easier to level up. It was also improved how to change between the seasons. Will no longer need access to the new season's menu. To check this, having selected a new season, you may activate challenges for that season within the season challenge menu. So I think you just click on this and it should say current season. Unlocking the new units will also unlock their specific quests, which you can now accept by talking to the Watchman. Monks quest. So this looks like there's quests for individual units this season. Completing their respective quests will reward you with an exclusive doctrine for that unit. Interesting. So I think that is the same doctrine that they've got here on the 4th stage and the 3rd stage for the monks. Fame system, fame treasury. So acquiring fame looks like it's similar to what we did last time. You would you'd talk to this frontier soldier, and it looks like you can get fame from the Surround the Bandits. Access by press J. So there are going to be several items that you can get in matchmaking your PvE that you can then give to the frontier soldier to claim some fame. So that's the cloth armor plate, the scale armor plate, and the line armor plate. And then you can give them to the frontier soldier to get some dynasty fame. And that is the Season 8 patch notes for the Dynasty Conqueror's Blade. If you're liking the content that we're putting out for Conqueror's Blade, make sure to let me know in the comments below. If you haven't been to the channel before, make sure to check out the other videos I've got around Conqueror's Blade. I've slowly built this channel more around Conqueror's Blade, its current season. The review that I did for Season 7 back in May 2021, so it wasn't that long ago, and it may still hold some true. There will be some updates that I will need to do for this season. I'm Jurified. This has been Conqueror's Blade Season Dynasty Patch Notes. And remember, always keep gaming.